South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is not having a good start to her week. Following Sunday's disastrous interview on CBS, which she claims is fake news media bias against her, she tried again to push her new book, which had claims that she had met with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Well, much less meat than her staring at him in his beady, evil little eyes or something like that. I don't know. Now, that supposed meeting has been called, bullshit by pretty much everyone on Capitol Hill. People that are in the know are like, yeah, that never happened. And yet, she persisted.
When you write in the book, I remember when I met with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, I'm sure he underestimated me. That, as I understand, is now being removed from the book at your request.
Yes, when I became aware of that, we changed the content, and the future editions will be adjusted. And, I appreciate that. I've met with many, many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. I should not have put that anecdote in the book, and at my request, they have removed it.
Yes, at my request, they have removed it. You know, the thing that I lied about. But wait a minute, it's your memoir that is about to be released. How did you just become aware of an anecdote that never happened? I mean, what kind of sketchy BS is she trying to pull here? But it gets worse. You see, she gets challenged by reporters Nate Burleson and Natalie Morales. So they tried to pin her down, and we end up getting this back and forth.
Didn't happen?
I'm saying that I'm not talking about that meeting. I'm not talking about my meetings with world leaders.
But
there's
do
some
talk
that are
about
in the
meetings
book.
with world leaders.
There's some that are in the book, and then there's some that's not in the book. Many of them,
Why are there
actually.
two specific mentions of meeting Kim Jong-un and talking about him, and a specific memory? I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. Did you tell your ghostwriter to write that?
I specifically have worked on policy for over 30 years. And over that time, I have traveled around the world, and I have met with leaders around the world. And that anecdote, I've asked them to change the content, and it will be removed.
It's a simple question. Did you or did you not meet with Kim Jong-un?
That's the answer that I have for you.
Kristi Noem is so completely slimy, all right? She put it in her book that she stared down Kim Jong-un, but it never happened. And then when she's questioned on it, she says, well, look, I'll take it out, right? Not because it didn't happen. I just refuse to say whether or not it did happen. And you know why? Because I don't want to talk about that meeting. It was in your book. If you didn't want to talk about it, why was it in your book? and how did you not know, right? Oh, as soon as I became aware of it. Do you know who did the audio version of Kristi Noem's book? Kristi Noem. So, in the audio version, she talks about that. No, she's full of crap. She's absolutely, completely full of crap, okay?
Big, massive dump.
That's what she's talking about. Big, massive dump. She's full of them. Full of them. Look, here's the thing, okay? The reason that this was put in the book is the same reason that her puppy murder was originally put in the book. To try to make her look good. Somehow. That's it. Now that it doesn't look good, and ironically reads what you would see in North Korea and Kim Jong-un, she's getting called out for it, and it's fantastic because she's having a complete meltdown. She's throwing out excuses. Did you know I met a lot of world leaders? Oh, you think that you would remember Kim Jong-un then? I mean, in the book, you clearly did, right? Staring down little dictators. I mean, the guy's a bit infamous. It's not like the leader of Becky Stan, the late Herman Cain said, you know. Well, I mean, we're all pretty well versed about who this guy is. Allegedly bowling, perfect 300 games every time, and may or may not have an anus. Who knows, right? Once again,
they call them dumps. Big, massive dumps.
No, she's full of crap. She's full of crap. Maybe that's why, she is full of crap, because she doesn't have an anus. I mean, you heard it here. You heard it here. Kristi Noem may or may not have an anus. No, the last point that I want to make, though, is her response to reporters asking a simple, easy answer to question about stuff that is written in her own book. And that asking those questions has made her have a complete and utter meltdown. All right. On Sunday, she went on Twitter and raged about, you guessed it, fake news. Oh, in the fake news media, there are two sets of rules, and conservatives are always treated differently. That's why Americans don't trust a fake news. Yes, that's right. Conservatives are treated differently in that they are called out for lies. Well, I mean, you could just not lie. I mean, that would get you treated better. I'm just saying. And again, says the woman who lied about staring down a dictator, and who knows what else. And funny enough, one of the things that she didn't lie about at first and was actually pretty proud of involved shooting a puppy in the face. If you're not aware who Kristi Noem is, well, by now you probably should be.